Hey guys, MTDH here. This is a run of Call Sign Eagle in Battalion Wars. Perfect S rank, no casualties, and no pausing except at the very last second for an otherwise implausible remaining NPC headcount check. This is really to showcase Call Sign Eagle as a potential candidate for Who's This Git's Best Levels Ever series, particularly given the politics. Let's be straightforward. A run of Worst Levels Ever episode covering Waylon Flies Again from Advanced Wars States of Ruin. Of course, I'm not here to talk about the Advanced Wars communities, no matter how overwhelming my testimony against them is, nor will I be talking now about the general treatment of the only sane man like I was originally intending. No, what I want to talk about is gaming communities' morality and the government. I'm going to start with loot boxes. There are, naturally, so many complaints about loot boxes that they encourage gambling or simply pay to win. Who could blame the complainers? By design, loot boxes are exploitive, encouraging players to be outright zealots with the game instead of people who care about the bloody art. They're even worse when they just beat the rich and tend to be just disgusting. While I will definitely say what I want about players saying "get good" as an excuse to blame gameplay, at least there is something, anything, to be said about doing a hard thing with the ridiculous repetition over using real-life currency to take the easy way out. I'm against both because you can make an analogy about drugs, specifically steroids, with either one, and boy does it fit. If a steroid abuser commits murder, sure, obviously you punish them, but how is the punishment going to be enough? If they die soon anyway, capital punishment or even a life sentence won't even do anything to make them regret their actions. It won't even fit the damage they will have done either, because the murder will still have happened, and probably more problems would have popped up. That's the reason steroids are illegal in competition, and you can bet it's for more reason than simply having an arbitrary advantage. What makes pay to win any better? It doesn't help that pay to win, or in fact the money motive, period, actually encourages efforting stuff. I need only point again to what had happened with the AR card given in Kidicker's Uprising. How it ended up spawning an exploit where you could access the home menu with the AR camera active. If Nintendo had thought out their advertising campaign, they would have intercepted the loot behavior that resulted. The money motive also fosters quantity over quality, which is inevitably going to ask for repetition. It's harder for more welcome parts of the game to stand out when it gets repeated. By contrast, notice how what I'm suggesting for best levels ever candidate is practically a freaking auto-scroller, and yet the entire video clock less than 10 minutes, and that's playing the entire mission out. Even if Call Sign Eagle is not perfect, it does get to feel unique, and it doesn't have to worry about being sullied by the way the game plays out. Kidicker's Uprising, take notes before you encourage grinding, because I don't like having to go through the same air segment to get more value 100 weapons! You might argue that money isn't what determines the worth of a person in this miserable capitalist society. Even if you could reasonably make that argument in all its shallowness, it's still a bad excuse for pay to win. No one tells the rich to go ahead and pay for their pleasure, indifferent to better causes such as Red Cross donations. Also ultimately coming at the cost of the notion of skill, or, God forbid, variety, the very building blocks of good game design. In short, pay to win only encourages superficiality at the cost of genuine value. Thus we see that the government, at the very least of Hawaii as well as several countries, has opted to place in regulations in response to loot boxes. Government involvement, however, provides another can of worms. In the past, the government had opted to generally show bias against video games, claiming that they corrupt kids into violent psychopaths. I actually believe that does happen, even if it be in a much more subtle manner than the government believes, but the actions of gamers are ultimately on them, either for their choice of games or their willingness to believe any busted logic that gets involved. People like Jack Thompson are still extremists deserving of discrediting, but now gaming communities have the exact opposite problem. I haven't forgotten about the cross-assault incident. Unfortunately, things haven't improved in gaming communities. In fact, if anything, they have become worse. The anger streaming gets to where it's commonplace to see usage of terms like selfie and get good like they're anything welcome. And if you call this out, you'll have the gaming communities call you a sociopath while they maliciously harass even better is when gaming communities claim to be the good guys. Gaming communities, would I create the same honked out games you claim to protect people you take in from? Of course you are! Perhaps you can answer why you deliberately beat trolling. Speaking of, if trolling is done for validation, it also becomes hypocritical in light of accusations like white knighting and thinking females can possibly be interesting for more genuine reason. What do I expect when people turn the Americans are cowboys from entertainment into a cheap stereotype? We should be having our eagle eye as a type 1, not a type freaking 2! Really, if the gaming community still fix themselves, mark my words, it's a guarantee that the government will bear down on them. And once that happens, nobody will win. We're starting covering against it. I think ideally gaming communities should strike the fine balance with site girls. They're actually the ones most likely to suffer against the toxicity currently plaguing gaming communities. Proper treatment of them to teach them how they can confront the bandits but simultaneously give them needed protection is something that would be working up for the gaming community. And no, my preference for the game kill seems like back-to-back hack snark to snark hasn't changed. That should tell you how this suggested applies, because it would promote bravery instead of power for its own sake. At the end, gaming communities need a better concept of love, for there to be any future for gaming. Now that that's out of the way, yeah, call sign Eagle. You might have noticed that it's an Escort Mission! Oh no! So why would I suggest the best level possible, best level ever per episode for it? Because it's an Escort Mission done well! Done uniquely too, because notice how you control only air units in this map. So you're much faster than the escortees. This allows you to attack targets that threaten the escortees. Yep, you get the nonsense out of way. You insert a level, practically an auto-scroller, like I said. But yeah, still, an escort mission that actually done competently. It did it a backwater company. Future Entertainment is a backwater company. Also, may I point out that the gunships can actually be freed earlier than when I freed them. Veterans can guess how that happened. I wouldn't say directly how, but that's just please go with it, get to figure it out. Anyway, also know that controlling John Joy, I mean, sure it's turning us bad, but the one time you get to use the straddle destroyer in the game, it dies which, well, let's get at a very sound point about how my glaciers work. Leaving me at that point in one of his worst level weakest characters ever. I believe the one about Dragon Flare. Either way. Oh, and by the way, this is the necessary pause at the end. Otherwise, yeah. Because otherwise I don't know that pause was done that makes Charlotte all the NC grunts survive. I mean, Derek and Philip. Yeah, that Cosmic Eagle does have bleeding flaws. It's unique, so yeah. I'm suggesting something unique. I mean, heaven knows we should balance out negativity with positivity. Yep.